what can parents do to reconnect and not lose sight of the relationship with each other if maybe they have felt like there's a bit of a disconnect after having kids and they're going through all these feelings and challenges? What can they do to sort of really reconnect and bring things back on track with their relationship?
Yeah, you do need to make time to talk because there's going to be different hurdles. Another area we haven't even touched yet is how the sex life changes and
Sure.
sexual desire changes, especially for a woman who is maybe breastfeeding, nursing, or has another little one hang on her. So there's a lot of
Touch.
touch already. So her
The touched out.
desire, she's touched out, her desire for usually not that great, right? But we need to distinguish also between the emotional and the sexual intimacy. So even if there's no lovemaking or less lovemaking happening for a while, stay emotionally connected because everybody needs that.
Mhm.
The mother with the little ones hanging on her all day long still wants the emotional connection. And that's your bridge to bridge a period where there's maybe less happening in the bedroom, and then reassure each other that you're a good mother, a good father. That makes a world of a difference. What else comes to mind?
I do think that piece is really important. It's just like when you start a new job, let's say you start a new career or a new role, it's helpful to hear from someone who's working with you, whether it's a colleague, a peer, a supervisor. It's good to know, hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, this is really good work. Keep it up, right? And the way that I perceive this is when you become a parent, you're starting a new job. It's like starting a brand new career. And it's a career that you've never had any training for. Think about it that way. You've never had any training. You didn't go to school for it. You didn't study it for 4 years at university or college. And all of a sudden, you're now expected to do this job. Oh, and by the way, it's the most important job you could ever have because you're actually completely responsible for the health and well-being of another human. Completely. It's all on you. Good luck, right? That's kind of how it is with parenting. And it can feel very thankless. Like you're just giving and giving and giving and giving, and you're not getting anything back. And so I found this is something I've slowly but surely gotten better at, finding those moments to genuinely acknowledge my partner and say, hey, you're an amazing mom. And here's
Mhm.
why. And here's what I've noticed. Like over the weekend, for example, we had Adelaide's fourth birthday. And the reality of the situation, I'm sort of working most of the time. Jenny was the one who did most of the organizing of the events. We had Princess Anna come, and there was a lot of logistics. People were invited, food had to be ordered, all these things, right? Grocery shopping and cleaning, making sure the house was presentable for the people that were coming. And of course, I didn't sit around in a lazy boy and just expect that all to happen. However, most of the coordination of those logistical events were ended up being on Jenny. And so it was important for me to find a moment and just say, hey, it's amazing what you did to put this all together and to organize this party for Adelaide. She had an amazing day. That's all because of what you created. Wow. And just to sort of take that. And it's one of those things, although it's easy to do that to a degree, like just to say good job, it's also really easy to not do it because you're busy and everyone's trying to make the best of it. And it's easy to skip over it and just to not find that moment for acknowledgement. Right.
Yeah, and often we think our partner
Oh,
knows,
they know. Oh, yeah, she should.
right? They know I appreciate them. No, there's no such thing as too many positive affirmations, right? Too many
Yeah.
compliments. There just isn't. Like with your kids, of course, you know how important that element is
Yeah.
of telling them, I'm proud of you. You did well. That feedback. Well, do
Yeah.
the same for your partner.
Yeah.
We don't stop being
Yeah.
human and needing that just because we're grown up or we've become parents.
In the final moments here, is there anything else that you really just feel if there's a young couple that's listening to this right now or watching this, maybe they've just had a baby, they're about to have a baby, if there was sort of one final piece of advice that you'd be wanting to leave them with, what might that be?
I mean, first of all, I'm going to write a blog post about this as well,
Yeah.
where I will maybe put in some more statistics so you can see you're not alone. There's lots of people struggling with exactly the same things.
Mhm.
And I mean, for me, it always comes back to connection, connection, connection. Think of ways to connect, think of ways to communicate. The connection piece, the disconnect is what makes everything challenging. And cut yourself some slack. Just do the best you can with the time you have. So where can you fit in at least a weekly sharing and caring half an hour where you talk about things? And throughout every day, see where you can get a moment to hug, to physically connect, right? We talked about this coming home exercise the other day in another podcast, how it calms our nervous system when we get to connect. Find a way to get some time in to talk, and just do your best to embrace this as a new period. And it's a period where you can grow together, where you can learn and grow together.
Thanks to everyone for tuning in, for being here. And please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, share the podcast. If you can think of someone that you know would benefit from hearing this conversation, absolutely go and share this with them. Send them the link. And thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.